detected. Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on. Chocks are on.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into a late starting, but what wouldn't we expect out of Flying with Might? We're getting underway a little late today. Lot going on as always, so it kind of delayed us up. But today we are going to revisit and refly one of my favorite aircraft out there, the 747-200. Queen of the Sky. We are going to be doing it for Sim Air Force in the E4 partial livery. Let me explain. Um, you have to first buy Felis's 747-200, folks. If you're into heavy flying and you love this classic, I highly recommend it, folks. He has not held back on it. It is just phenomenal. Then there is a modification out there that you can, with the help, I think it's PlaneMaker, transform this more into the look of an E4, meaning the hump is right here, refueling probe, and a few other little things and antennas scattered about, turning it into the early warning command posts that they were meant to be and were for quite a while during the Cold War. And living on to today, they're still heavily used. So we are going to get this girl back in the air and head over to Colorado Springs. We are sitting at Nellis on the east side. A little odd place, I know, but it's where a lot of the heavies park. Um, one of the latest pictures off in the distance there, where you see those gray aircraft, they're actually Dork jets. Um, there were B-52s over there, A-10s and all like the B over here, but the main action usually is on the ramp. By the way, Thunderbird's based over here, and there's a lot of cargo, and the rest of that ramp is used during red flag training over the mountain, through the woods, into the Nevada test range. Used to be nicknamed, and still to many, Dreamland. It's where a lot of nuclear testing went on, and that's where a lot of, well, they actually go and they can actually drop and use live ordnance in the test range. So these pilots can now actually get the full sense of when you unload however many thousand pounds of ordnance from a plane, what that does dynamically to it. So, but that's where we're at, folks. Continuing on down, it's a big, big Air Force base, folks. Like I said, red flag training goes on here. And then out in the distance, what you all know Vegas for the most, the strips. And yes, there are two, the old Fremont Street and the new with all of the flavor you all know about. All right, so that gives you a little sense of where we're at. The light in the air is off the Luxor Pyramid. All right, so now the only thing I've done here, folks, because I know a lot of you have a lot of questions about startup in this plane. Um, so all I've done is turned the batteries on, got us on external power, and a couple of little things, but we're going to go through those little things still to get the bird ready to go. All right, hang on a second here. Just got to get something in order. Namely, sounds like our little cadet is going nuts. That radiation from Dreamland's getting to her 2,000 miles away. But you might have seen a lot of pictures of houses blowing up from nuclear blasts and what have you. That's what happened on the other side of that mountain range. So they detonated a lot of nuclear devices. Underground, I don't want to say they did any above. We know of the two, or the one, the Manhattan Project, but I don't think any of that happened up here. All right, so let's get to work, shall we? Today's flight again from here, we're in Nellis Air Force Base, Las Vegas, headed to Colorado Springs, Peterson Air Force Base, co-located on the airfield. Almost like this one is. There isn't a lot of separation between the two. So, but there's enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead do things like we normally do. Let's get Sim Toolkit in here and let's brief this up. As you can see, Vegas or Los Angeles is online. You can kind of get a glimpse of the route going out here. It'll be the Triple M8 to Triple M, BCE, HBU to Flood, Fisher, in on the Derby 5. Runway 13 sounds weird. Hang on, let me look. That sounds really weird. It doesn't sound like a runway I should be on. How long is it? 8,200 feet. Well, if I do everything right and they let me, yeah, I can do it. So, all right. Well, we'll see what kind of approaches we have to it here shortly. I didn't see the signs of, okay. Oh, I bet they have a D-ATIS. Okay. All right, so the ATIS that's in play here, folks, is Pilot Edge. VATSIM is up, but I don't think VATSIM will touch this base very often with ATIS, and they have not. So Pilot's Edge, I don't know how much to believe their ATIS. Um, shows us arriving 2-1s, departing 3s. You know, I did this a couple days ago, and I'm here to tell you, folks. I mean, right now we got a serious tailwind issue with 10 knot gusts to 16 knot gusts, 10. That's about a 100-degree crosswind. So 2-1, while albeit is a 80-degree crosswind, that's pretty rough. So we'll have to kind of see what they're gonna do. Ay, ay, ay. All right, enough of that. So let's get up here. We're loaded. 300, we're loading up pretty heavy here, folks. So we may alter some of this just because of the aircraft. Um, it never hauled 300 people. Now, the 747-200 did, but this aircraft wouldn't. But we might just have the fun of the heavy takeoff to some degree. So the payload's 69,080 pounds. They're going to throw into us just about as much fuel, folks, to get us to Colorado Springs and on to Denver if need be for our alternate. Um, we've already gone over the route. we're gonna have to think about this one. We'll see. We'll see what they allow us. They may. I don't know what they're gonna do with Los Angeles. Mach 85 is gonna be our cruise at 37,000. All right, weather. Well, we kind of went over it here. It's 130 degrees at 10. It is favoring the 2-6. Hey, Duluth, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome aboard. All right, there we go. And folks, if you haven't already, follow this man. He does some great flying over there on Duluth Fly. Great stuff, great entertainment. Head over, follow him so you can follow him when he goes airborne. So we'll kind of see how this runway thing plays out. Yes, the ATIS says take off to the north. Normally, that's because they're heading into the test range. The winds are not favorable for this today, so we'll see. 10 miles clear, and it's a Vegas day, folks. It's hot, 36 degrees Celsius, but not that bad. It's 96 degrees for 11:30 in the afternoon. Yikes. But it's a dry heat, folks. You always got to back it up with that in Vegas. It's a dry heat. It's a dry oven outside. All right, Colorado Springs. Right now, winds favoring, really favoring 1-3, 140 at 5, 10 miles, few clouds at 8,000 to bug us, 12,000 scattered, 2,000, just a smattering of clouds out there, folks. Nothing to get all worried about. 25 degrees there, 77 degrees, dry heat. Sorry, had to kind of keep the motif going. All right, and as you can see, we're sitting here in Vegas, getting ready to turn north. Uh, so we'll see how things evolve. We'll get on VATSIM in a few. I'm not gonna tip my hat. Well, I have to tip my hat. Never mind. I forgot this is Sim Air Force. We'll talk a little bit about them in a moment. We have to fly on VATSIM with them, folks, as much as sometimes I don't want to. All right, hang on a second. Got to fill in a couple boxes here. Um, all right. You know what? I'm going to change that PBN to this. There we go. File. All right, so my hat is. Oh, wait, we got a new alternate. KGGJT. Is that Grand Junction? Hang on a second. I think we got in. Holy, it was Denver earlier. You didn't go anywhere. Why not? It is Grand Junction. Holy mackerel. Oh boy. All right. Well, we'll do it. What the heck? Why not? All right. So we'll be up as Reach 18. We're going to see, we've been having some big problems with VATSIM and Sim Air Force. We're going to see if maybe this tips the scale differently. We'll find out. But anyway, there's our flight plan, folks. Flukes, boy, I'm really not able to talk today. All right, let's get into now. The flight engineer usually comes aboard first in airliners. I have no idea how they do it in the military world. So I know both the cockpit and the remainder of the crew scattered about the plane all have a lot to do in getting the mission of the plane ready as well as the airplane. So, all right, so we're responsible for the front half. They are responsible for the back half. And what goes on behind there? Well, just like Vegas, stays in Vegas. All right, so if it says test, we test. Okay, there's two sides to this test. It's the APU fire warning check and overheat check. Then we would have first come on the plane, turned the battery on, turned the standby power up to normal, went over, put the chocks on. You'd have then heard it. That's why I do that. Disconnect or connect ground power, and I'm going to go ahead and correct that. You're not going to get an audible with connect ACU. If there's a way to do that, Mr. Felis and company, I sure would love to know it. But anyway, so again, once we're here, then the externals come on each side. Okay, now you've got power to the plane. Then I usually just kick the galleys on and the chillers. That way the flight attendants can begin doing. Folks, what happens in here happens the same way if it's Pan Am, TWA, Lufthansa, British Airways, Air Frog, Italia. Name your airline that had them. They did them all the same. That way they can start getting things ready to go back there. Okay, so now we press on. Trim air, open. And we're not going to see any real movements here, folks, until the APU comes on. I go ahead, though, and start getting recirculation fans on and such. All right, next, moving to the left. And now we're going to move the eyesight pretty much to the wall. And I'm going to show you why. Because the next set deals with the engine fire warning system. The squibs, for those curious what that device is, it's like a little explosive. It blows the charge of agent stored in the pylon down into the engine to put fires out. So when they're in flight, like, we're going to get really different here. If you ever watched B-17 movies and you always see engines catching fire from flak, from bullets, from whatever. Well, when they pulled the bottle, that's what put the agent into the engine. Worked sometimes back then, sometimes it didn't. Kind of happens today like that, but more often than not, it'll put the fire out. So that's what you're testing here, that system is available. Green lights. Now, these two switches here, same as these two for the APU. Fire warning test, you see the bell and whistles up front. Down, same things, overheat. All right. One last one we're going to do a little out of sequence just so I can get my eyesight changed. This is the cargo. It's a little red light up on the overhead up ahead. That's why I move back and swing over so I can see them. Now I can come back to this view. Test, test, test. Okay. Anytime you see the word test, it's just best to test. Now, I do this because I'm actually going to run the checklists. It does take a little bit to get this girl going. You feel comfortable without the checklist, go right ahead. I always forget something. Okay, wheel brakes are good for checking for the sensors to make sure they'll detect hot brakes on landings. Gear door check. These are open, that's why you're not getting them. These are closed. All right, there is a test buried. There it is, lamp test. Okay, and then we have one more in here. Your anti-skid. potable water's full. All right, and that takes care of most of the testing. We're going to do a quantity test here, and we'll set this up in a momentio. All right, just got to open and close that so the fuel jettison close test or whatever it says. Okay, and then we're done with pretty much all the testing. All right, so I'm going to kind of focus in now on this panel, the fuel panel. The lifeblood of this aircraft, folks. If they're not turning, you're not burning. So, all right, so real quick, cross-feed check. Just making sure the lights come on, come off. And I just get them set back to the way they were. Now, we have flown heavy a couple times in this, folks. And the way we position these valves and all, same with which tank boost pumps are on and which are off, is what helps give it the range it gets. Okay, hang on. Don't want to start off on a bad note. Good enough. All right, so then we'll just check our boost pumps, make sure all the lights go off. Now, these two lights will not go off right now. Why? There's no fuel. So you got fuel in all of these, so they will turn off. But since it's an empty tank, that's why the lights stay on. And then we'll turn them all off in preparation for fueling. Okay, finally working our way up. There are no tests other than resetting our used fuel. And then over here is a check your gauges, mainly just making sure the gauges are indeed working. And they go pretty quick, you can see, and there you have it. Next up is first off down here, which, you know, I could have done in the beginning, the lighting. We're daytime, so it's not a big deal. These are your engines. Now, not all of your engines are going to be found gauges up here. You're only going to have some. The big one that's not up there that you probably wish was is that top row, N2. So if you're like me and you like to watch, you know, your N2 buildup, you're going to have to sweep your viewpoint that way. Hat switch is what it does on mine. And lastly, let's check all those bulbs. Make sure they all light up. And it's only this panel, folks. There's actually one just like it on the overhead. All right, now there was one section we didn't do, and that's right in here. Basically, it's your pressurization air conditioning panel. Okay, so as you know, the trim air is already on. Let's go ahead, turn some humidity in. All right, what is the altimeter here? According to NavGraph, METAR says 2990. That's pretty easy. And then I set that here too. Cruise altitude over will be 37, so I'll set 38. Okay, and everything else is ready to go here. The only thing we'll come back here to do, besides turn our electric pump on, I'll explain that in a minute. Probably should have shown it before doing it, but we'll show you. Is, let's head up front now. Overhead panel. Okay, we're going to come down. Okay, there is no reject takeoff, so no worries here. turn your anti-skid on, body gear steering to arm. That is those middle wheels under the fuselage with the wing. They pivot to help you turn tighter and save a little wear and tear on mechanical parts as well as the tires, which are very expensive. Okay, next up, coming down, we're going to go ahead, put all three into alignment. Also going to go ahead, turn the radios on. And at the same time, bring on the lights. Not much, but it is some. Work our way down. By the way, these don't do anything. I just do it out of habit. Okay. Align, closed. Closed is armed. All right. Seatbelt signs are on. Okay, we're in a line. Here we go. Slaved. On. Nav lights. Logo lights. And again, we start finding test switches. Okay, first up, stall warning. Okay, good test. Next, Mach airspeed over speed. Over rotate. I've actually done that once. It will make it. It kind of weird sound when you're in takeoff. Okay. Wing anti-ice test good. Test good. Oop. Now to do the window heat, turn the power on. Okay. Now you don't have to leave it on for the whole flight. But for the overheat check of the window heat, you go up and you're going to get these two lights. Okay. Now, normal position is on, is down. Close the guard. You can't test the overheat on 1 and 4. There's another overheat check. I don't remember what this one was for, so I don't use it. All right, so we've got that done and I've turned the power off. Okay. Remember I said there's another light bulb check. Here's the switch, push it up, they're all lit. And you're just making sure. I'll be honest, if one's out, I don't know how to fix it in this plane. But it's a test of the emergency broadcast system. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead, hang on, crank up some light bulbs here. Put this in standby, that over. There we go. All right, back up top and light check good. All right, moves us down to the middle. This is where I like. This is fun. Let's see. Let's get the ILS. I don't know if there's a 3 right ILS or not, so hang on. Nope, just for 3 left. How about we do this? We'll just do the 2-1 then. All right, 2-1 is 109. 1. All right, we'll bring up the panel lights. We got more, don't worry. These are dark, so will these. We'll get them brightened up here as we go. Okay, so 1091 is the ILS. Don't worry yourself yet over these courses. All we're checking is the HSI and the artificial horizons are working with localizer and glide slope indications. Okay, so first thing, turn the panel lights up, radio instrument light, or radio instrument switch to radio. Then you have this thing called up, left, down, right. And that's what's going to move your glide slope up, your localizer right, down, left is the other switch. Up, right, up left, sorry, saw the localizer move. You're not going to see the localizer move, but every little bit, but you're going to see the glide slope down. Good check. And Nellis is, what's Vegas? Never mind. Nellis has one of those weird, not weird, it's just the TACAN is not normal for what we can do in flight simming. Okay, so I've got this just set for Vegas. We'll set it more later on. Flight director check is good. Okay, auto throttle off, autopilot's off. Everything's set. Your VOR, your autopilot lateral is set to heading. 0 for your vertical speed. Your vertical settings, be it vertical speed, climb, maintaining IAS, Mach, off. Altitude switch is in the off position. And 10,000 feet's good. And we'll do a quick check over here. That's good. And we said 109.1. Same thing, same switch. Okay. And really take the time to look and make sure that glide slope went down and the localizer moved. We'd like to see a full swing, but you're already one side or the other of the localizer, that's why. Unless you did this on the runway. Then it wouldn't move. And I'm going to leave it there for now. All right. So, the next thing, we drop down a level. So we're down here. So I'm going to go all the way over. And look what I'm going to find. A panel light switch. There they are. I can hear some, oh good, there's lights. All right, and as we come back, folks, just kind of look at your gauges, push the test button, and you're going to see some of it light up. That's fine. Click.
What are you doing? You look a little uncomfortable. Why did you scooch down like that? Why did you scooch down like that?
Okay, moving on. Altimeter, we said 2990.
Just gonna scooch out.
And push to test 1, push to test 2, all good. Outer, inner, middle, or outer, middle, inner. I think it goes the other way. But anyway, that's what that's testing, your markers. Okay, you're only going to get one audible on this. There are 2 gauges, 1 audible. Yep, that's going to tell you you're at minimums. Okay, now let me get in the middle here. The reason being, we're going to check. Okay, all the lights lit up above the pilot, captain's artificial. Same with the first officer. Okay, moving on. Reset our max, okay. Now you've heard this tone. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Let's see if you know it. Name this tune. That's weird. Hang on, let's try it again. We'll start from 5,000. Name that tune. Okay, I really gave you huge hints here, folks. If you didn't pick up, you might want to go fly with a flight examiner. Or someone else. Anyway, yeah, it's your altitude alert. And it even says it right there if you weren't reading the screen. Hopefully I'm close enough for you to read it. All right, the next one you've never heard here.
Pull up. Glide slope. Glide slope. Pull up. Glide slope. Glide slope.
I fly so perfectly that alarm never goes off. Hang on, let me push my nose in a little bit. Pinocchio's effect is happening. All right, now the rudder ratio, that's just a little idiot light down on your screen here. You'll see it light up, go out. Okay. Now, rest of this looks good. Got your green light. You got your landing gear lever down. Let's move ourselves over here. Repeat the same checks, just a little different location on things. Okay, speed. There's your artificial horizon. That looked good. And it triggers it over here as well. All right. Altimeter is already set. Now, remember I said you're only going to hear your radar altimeter one time. You really don't want that going off twice. And your outer, inner, outer, middle, inner. It even tells you it on it if you really squint hard. Get your magnifying glass telescope up to read it. Clock is set right. Everything looks good. Now, remember I told you I was going to tell you about why I flipped on the electric hydraulics. What that's going to do, folks, usually your hydraulics, when you come in, the needle is about here. So if you turn on that switch back here, right up here, if you flip this, turn it on, you're going to charge the electric hydraulics. And it will get into the green, which is part of the checklists you'll go through if you use what's built into this plane. Okay, and then you just look, everything else over here looks good. Come down. A little thing here called a CRT, cathode ray tube. And guess what, folks? You got to warm them up to make sure they're going to be accurate. Now, it did not turn on the radar up front. That's a different switch in the plane. All it is doing is warming up the device, the screen. Had you lived in the age of dinosaurs, you would have witnessed this when you turned on the console TV. That's why there weren't a lot of TVs stolen back then, folks. The TV was bigger than your desk and as wide as your desk. Not like that little thin thing that hangs on your ceiling or on your wall or wherever you hang it. You tried hanging that, good luck. All right, moving our way back. All the INS and VHF switches are down. Brake reserves look good. CRT's on over here already. All right, now let's go to the throttle console. Your speed brakes are down, flaps are up, parking brakes on, and all of your fuel switches are idle cutoff. Make sure to get the takeoff configuration warning. Means your flaps, your parking brake, something's not configured for takeoff, folks. Pretty simple device. Lastly, our radios. Okay, so make sure your frequencies are readied. Now, the nav radios are again up either side of your autopilot. They're not down here. Your transponder is. Unlike the 727, which is in a different location. Now, a lot of people recommend rolling the radar pan up 5 degrees. So you can turn it on, get a good scan of the sky, but you're not gonna physically radiate anyone right in the vicinity of the plane. And that, folks, is how you get this plane ready to go. Now, let's get this plane loaded. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go to Wiki, find out what a crew complement was on this aircraft. Oh, Wiki, I know you're in here. There you are. Oh. All right, we're going to be E4. That was a good one. I put E4 military, and it tells about E4 pay. I should have saw that one coming. Yes, I should have. All right, specifications. This will be for the B. We can take up to 108 people plus 4, so let's call it 112. All right, so we'll go 25%. That's actually 98, so it isn't really that tough to add a few more people. Let's load out the top. And what did that bring us up to? 106. And 108. Let's put 4 more here. Perfect. All right, cargo will preset to 50%. Okay, we're figuring the airplane to be a little heavier than the passenger variant, folks, so I'm going to throw on more cargo to help bolster that, from computers to equipment carried on in case they break wherever they're going. They have spares like tires and stuff like that. They don't carry the 5th engine in case, but let's go ahead and work that out. Okay, sim brief. We're flying 583 miles, so that'll be 600 here at 37, tailwind or headwind. Probably tail. So what I do here, take note of your total fuel. If you have a tailwind, what would you expect to get to your point? You guys that fly across the pond should know this. And if you have a headwind, what would you expect? Tailwind, you'd expect a little less fuel because you're getting pushed by God's great breath called wind. Coming back, you would expect, if you're going to Europe, you're going to have a nice 100-knot tailwind. So you can run a little less fuel, you get there quicker. Coming back takes a little longer because you're going into that 100-knot headwind, so your fuel goes down with a tailwind, up with a headwind. And that's how I figure out if I'm doing it right. There we go. Okay, so we're going for 20. And our alternates distance today, Grand Junction of all places. Wow. I think bad attitude had something to do with this dispatch. I'm gonna call him out on this one. Okay, alternate. Hang on, I gotta find. Here it is. Distance. We'll call it 300 miles. Actual distance, folks, is 289 miles. I fly with a 10% minimum, 20-minute taxi, and I know our fuel is nowhere in the ballpark. One, we're lighter. Two, it's still gonna be heavier. And expected fuel today was 69. Actually, we're only 10,000 more over. And I'm going to go ahead and put a 30-minute taxi fuel on it, and that'll get us what I want. Almost 10,000 more. Okay, so there you have it. Now, as I tell you all the time, folks, we have not loaded any people, any cargo yet, nor have we put a drop of extra fuel in this plane yet. That's 2 other screens. By the way, here's what it looks like on the load sheet. And that's what we're going to start with. So we're going to go to refuel first. And we're going to click use the load sheet, and we're going to call the tanker and take it up. Okay. I know, we normally don't do this, folks, but I saw it wasn't that much. Same thing here. You click load sheet first. You always want to make sure you do that, even when you do your performance. So that way the data of the plane enters all of the calculations. Okay, so we can board and load. Cargo's going to be on in a heartbeat. People are going to stroll on like they always do. And folks, we are to a point now where we can go up top here, switch our INS to nav, nav, and nav. And folks, you're just about ready for us to do an engine start. We just need to program up the FMS. And hey, Rummo112, welcome in. Thank you for your first time chat. Sorry it took a couple seconds to get back and look. But welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy the Felis. All right, so yes, before anyone asks, yes, I'm using FMSs. There's a long drawn out story. We're not getting into it. Why I don't use INS. And it's not because I don't like it in Felis. It goes so further back that I just don't want to go through those headaches ever again. All right, so route menu, company, Las Vegas or Nellis to Colorado Springs. There's our departure and 3 left. Okay, so let's look at our departure arrival page. Actually, I want to look, see if they have, oh, Nellis does not have me yet. Well, I am going to go ahead and come up. One more time. We're reach 18. Okay. And we are a Boeing 747-200Bver1.2.7. Connect. All right. Until we hear differently, let me take a look. Oh, we don't even show this. Hang on. Mormon Mesa is what I'm assuming we're doing. That is on. Oh, okay. We do have a turnout. Okay. Well, we'll have to see. Is there any restrictions? Noise abatement procedure, fly accordance to Nellis noise abatement instructions. If able, comply. Okay. All right. So let's, not going to figure that one out. Let me get a few things set up here. All right, got everything set up, and let's bring charts in. Instead of me talking, you're not seeing, let's actually show what's going on. All right, so, yeah, not used. Yeah, but you know, you got this ATIS here, folks, saying arrivals 21, which is appropriate, departures, runway 3. Oh, now it's arriving and departing. Ah, hallelujah. Let's change that runway. Easiest for us. I would say 2-1 left. Okay. All right, so let's do 2-1 left, MMM8, execute. Okay, now we'll go to flight plan real quick via MMM8 to MMMM, MMMM, M&Ms, and more M&Ms. All right, next page. All right, so our departure will look like this, folks. First off, up here, Nellis departure, or 1,860 feet, 70 feet above sea level. Transition, obviously, 18,000. Over here is the Nevada test range. We're going that way, to the northeast, away from it. All right, so we're going to basically take off a 2-1 left, and we're going to make that quick turn and head out as best a 747 can do. Okay, probably meant more for fighters, but you know, I've seen some crazy things with the bigger aircraft. As long as you have speed built up. All right, so that's our departure. So fly, wait a minute, we're going to turn right to intercept MMM Vortex 221 prior to 47 miles out and direct. Top altitude 23,000. We'll see how our clearance comes out. And if so, we'll adjust. Well, you know what? For now, let's just set it. 23. He may even go lower. Who knows? These Wascally controllers here out of Los Angeles. All right, let me make sure I don't. Oh, I thought I did. 2-1 left. Yep, and there we go. So there's froze and there's MMM. Okay, and then we're on course to BCE, on course to HBU, Mesa, Blue Mesa, flood, and then into our arrival at FSHER. Okay, so let's look at it real quick. If you would hit the right switch. Flood, FSHER, Burke. I don't know why Burke. All right, arrival. Derby 5. Okay, Derby 5 off. Wait a minute, do we have a transition off HBU? Why the heck am I? All right, let me see what we got off of 1-3, if anything. We have no approaches. Yeah, we have 0 for that approach. All right, gotta love it. All right, so 1-7s may be the runway of choice up there. Let me look at them real quick. Maybe, yes, no, I don't know. All right, okay, well, how about we do this? Weather. Colorado arriving and departing 1-3, 1-7 left and right. Visuals. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna, let's see. This is the toughest part, folks. I can actually, I think, come off HBU. And our transition to these runways would be off FSHER. We could do an RNAV. We have any ILS? ILS I would prefer. Yeah, I can hear y'all out there. We all prefer them. Do the RNAV. Well, I think I just might. Is there one for the right side? Hmm. Let me look at that one. Uh-oh. That one doesn't come off FSHER. Oh, that's probably why. These are all FSHER transitions. Okay. We'll be doing an RNAV to the other runway. Possible sidestep. Let's see Zulu. Okay. I don't know why we have that repeated twice. Oh, from Darby 5. Yeah, I think we're just going to do the RNAV 17. Okay, so we'll click that, close that. Now, okay, let me get up here. Okay, just making sure my routing looks good. All right, so as you can see here, folks, we're going to come in, go FSHER, and come around. What the heck? Is Mark still in there? Anyway, that's weird that that held. Huh, don't know why. Oh well, but anyway, we'll come in and land. So, yeah, we'll just follow the pink. There's Colorado Springs. If we can, we'll try and maybe move over to the other runway, but we'll play it by ear. Okay, so what that means for us, we're going to click here, HBU. We're going to come in on RNIP Zulu. Okay, 17 left Zulu from FSHER. Execute. Now, let's get back to legs. This is one thing I don't like about what Boeing does. Oh, did it fix it? Let me see. Derby 5. Oh, it does. Cool. Flood is part of it. Okay. To FSHER. And then FSHER, we take, just going to make sure here, to Whippin, Zivad, Zago, Rock. Okay. Okay, Zivad, Rock. Right on in. Missed approach is out to Drake. Okay, we're set up here. Now let's do the VNAV, which we already know. Next page, 37123. Boom. And when we hit progress, there we go. Now over here, I'm going to run with progress. Over here, flight plan or legs. All right, and folks, that right there puts us ready to go. And bright, beautiful, sunny day here. So I don't forget and have to do another manual. Just getting my ACARS system going before I switch over to center. Who may be nice enough to say depart on CTAF, contact me airborne. I would love to hear that. Isn't gonna happen with LA Center. So I hope y'all had a great weekend. We had a pretty good one here. A little busy. We had, hang on a second, delete. And there we go. Fly like an eagle. Hang on. All right, and we're on VATSIM. Generate me a load. Cruise altitude 37123. And that'll work. All right, we're ready to go, folks. And we did it in pretty much record time. From cold and dark. Sometimes I do come over here, folks, ready to go. So we got our crew of 8, our 112 people on, and 60,000 pounds of cargo. Perfect. Last thing we got to do is our performance numbers. Again, load sheet, get our takeoff weight, CGs, all of that in. Let's see how much runway we're going to need. All right. Oh, you guys aren't going to see this anyway. Bear with me here. All right. So for our runway, it's 10,000 feet long. We're on a heading of 209. And we'll get the rest here in a minute. Let's go ahead, pull charts out. Okay, so again, click load sheet. 10,000, how much did I say? We'll go 100. No, we'll stay at 10,000. It's always best to be short than long. Airport elevation, 1860. Go 19. We said 209, 210. Runway slope, if any, looks like up 0.3. All right, here's the fun one. Temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. It's not as hot as it can be. Altimeter, 2987. Winds, 180 at 8. All right, so we're looking at 126, 130, 147 for our V speeds on takeoff if we're set at flaps 10, and then our retract schedule. We're going to go with that. That's 5,700 feet down the runway. I'm kind of liking that. So let's do it. Set the speed bugs. And you can now look over here and you'll see them split up. And we're ready to go now, folks. He said cautiously as he clicked in the wrong spot. All right, here we go. And on. Zeroed, and we are ready to go. I hope you all are. ACARS is up and running. Is up and running. All right, folks, sit back, relax, enjoy. We're going to go ahead and we are going to use the checklists. It's what they're there for. Make sure we don't miss anything.
Before start checklist, please.
Gear lever and lights.
Down and check.
Brakes.
Parked.
Start levers.
Off.
Radios.
On and check.
Flight control hydraulic power.
On.
INS.
Check in nav.
Compasses.
Slaved.
Window heat.
On.
Seatbelts and no smoking.
On.
Emergency lights.
Armed.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Hey, Rummo
Flight
12,
instruments.
welcome back.
Check.
Altimeters and clocks.
1, 0, 1, 2. Set and cross check.
Radio INS switches.
Radio.
Radar and transponder.
Standby.
Indicator lights.
Check.
Engine and wing anti-ice.
Off.
Stall warning.
Check.
Mach airspeed warning.
Check.
Auto brakes.
Check and off.
Body gear steering.
Arm.
Anti-skid.
On.
Autopilot and flight director.
Check and off.
Takeoff warning.
Check.
Auto flight annunciators.
Check.
GPWS.
Check.
Instrument warning.
Check.
Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Instrument source selectors.
Normal.
Reserve brake valve.
Closed.
Spoilers.
Down.
Static selectors.
Normal.
Oxygen mask and regulator.
Check and emergency off.
Brake pressure.
Check.
No problem.
Stabilizer trim.
Check and on.
Rudder and aileron trim.
Check.
Checklist completed.
All right, folks. To answer your question there real quick, Romo 112, same question. I didn't see it before, but anyway, no biggie. I prefer X-Plane. Matter of fact, I'm not going back to Microsoft. I left FSX in 2020 as 2020 came up. Watched horrid stuff on it. Beautiful eye candy, don't get me wrong, not going to argue the point, but horrid commentary from streamers. So when I had my computer built, because the FSX computer, I had mistakenly not given it enough hard drive space. Long story on that one too, but anyway, it ran out of memory. Not because of FSX, because it was running on a much bigger thing. It was just the computer itself would not boot up. So I had a new one built, and X-Plane was put on it, and I'm not going back. Sorry. I mean, y'all can argue how bad the scenery is here. I kind of like it. I fly high, folks. It's flyover to me. For the few moments that I'm down in it, I can get over it. So I prefer X-Plane. Matter of fact, you're going to hear a few streamers out there say he's one of the few that exclusively flies X-Plane, and that would be this guy. So, but hey, welcome in. Thanks for the great question. I can get into more about why I like X-Planes, flight dynamics, aircraft, a myriad of things. But, each one has their own thing. To me, the only selling piece to grab 3 figures out of my wallet, if I was ever to think of Microsoft, is to fly Piper Cubs only down low in the scenery. So beyond that, that's it. So, and I'm not planning to do that. So, but hey, welcome in, engine startup. Yeah, it does sound better in X-Plane to me, but you can get the better sounds through all the different sound sources that both sides of the house have. All right, so let's head over to the hang on, let's do one thing. Let's button this plane up. Get that APU up and running. Now, the neat thing about the 747, 737s, you're supposed to, okay, real world, you're going to turn a fuel pump on. Simulated world, it's taken care of for you. But in the real world, yes, you're going to turn on a fuel pump. Usually the left, I hope I'm getting the right one, aft. If it's not, obviously the forward, and it's because it's the easiest one to get to if something breaks on it. At least that's what a mechanic once told me. True or false, couldn't tell you. Okay, APU, okay, looking good. Waiting for the flap to open. APU door open, and 1, 2, 3, here it goes. All right. Of course, the other thing, you don't get the APU available or the little blue light on the 737s in this one. When she's spun up, she's ready to go. Now, there are some things you can do here. I don't think this is actually a 400 issue. I think you just, bring the APU gens on. Here, you can actually make sure the power generating out of the generators in that APU is what it's required. You have to close the top half though, and then you come down and the engineer would check 400 for the hertz and 115 for the volts. And then he would do it for the other generator. Boom, boom. And he would have done that for external power as well as before bringing all of the engines on, he would have checked their generators. Yeah, most of us skip that. Me too. But today I'm going to do it. All right, so we are on. I'm going to go ahead and kick the bleeds on. We can now run a little bit of air in here. Making sure trim air is open, valves on. Oh, let me turn those off. Hang on a second. I missed a step, folks. Bleed air. Now we'll hear it. Going, why am I not getting bleed? Getting pack pressure. There we go. All right, we'll get the cockpit all and everything cooled down here real quick as we do the final checks. Real quick, we'll...
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Of course, make sure you're on the generator. Otherwise, it goes dark. We did that once. Okay.
Ground power disconnected.
And like I said, no audibles. And if we look outside, whoop, sorry about that, hit the wrong switch. Let me try that again. That ACU cart will go away here shortly. There it goes. So all we're left with is chocks. Interesting thing, folks, if you do have cargo going in and you've got the doors open, when they get to the number, the doors close automatically. Unfortunately, you have to still close the doors. And again, real quick before I get comments from those now tuning in, this is the E4. However, the mod that you can use for this, I have not put in. That would include the hump, the air refueling port, and a couple of antennas and other things on the plane. I kind of like it the way it is, so that's why I have it. And I really don't want to delve into Plane Maker too much with a saved copy of this to be safe that if I screw it up, I don't have to reload it. So that's why. All right, we're closed up. Let's do the checklist.
Battery, on. APU panel, check. Auxiliary power, check. Engine oil quantity. Check. Fuel quantity. 77994 pounds. Fuel panel. Weight.
Yeah, no, I got to get to that. Hang on, 525. I don't want to start listening too early. All right, let's tend to the fuel panel, meaning get the pumps on.
Check and set. Pressurization controls. Check and set. Bleed controls. Check and set. Hydraulic quantity. Check. EPR computer. Weight.
Okay. Couple of schools of thought. Takeoff dry is TOD. They used to inject water, folks, into the exhaust to give it more thrust. I know it sounds weird, but it's a big thing. The military, if you watch those big smoky engines, they were really pouring it out on takeoffs. They want us on GA. I'm going to stay takeoff dry. So how do we get around that? Check.
Circuit breakers. Check. Indicator lights. Check. Electrical panel. Check and set. Air conditioning controls. Wait. Check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set. Equipment cooling. Check. Passenger oxygen. Check. Hydraulic panel. Check and set. Fuel jettison panel. Check. Crew oxygen. On. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off. ADPs. Off. Checklist completed.
Okay, we're ready for start. There's the after start is next. Let's get our clearance or get in line. Who knows how long this could take.
Maintain level 280. Delta 248, climb and maintain for level 190.
Delta 248, you already gave us 190.
Latitude 66, request climb. Spirit Wings 420, pre-departure clearance sent.
LA Center, reach 18, Nellis, request clearance to Colorado Springs.
Reach 18, clearance on request. I don't see a flight plan for you. Did you file one?
We'll resend it. Sorry about that. I thought I did.
Nope, actually I do see it. Clearance on request, you're number 6.
Holy crap. Copy.
And Los Angeles, sir, this is Spirit Wings 2348 requesting I-4 clearance to Las Vegas.
LA Southwest latitude 66, request climb. 2348, clearance on request number 7.
Roger, number 7, Spirit Wings 2348.
Southwest 4266, radar contact, climb maintain for level 380. 3066.
And this
Los Angeles, Charlie,
is the bad thing about Los Angeles Center.
Los Angeles Center, hello, Air France 38, Air France 20 Mike, flight level 380 inbound Taney.
WestJet 1101, pre-departure clearance sent. Roger, got it. WestJet 1101. Air France 20 Mike, Los Angeles Center, squawk 4765 and ident.
Squawk 4657, Air France 20 Mike.
4765.
4765, Air France 20 Mike.
Southwest 6165, recycle your transponder, squawk code is 1327.
That gives us time to get all our
7-2
radios
Alpha
set
Yankee,
up.
expect visual approach into Brown Field.
Alright, we'll select the visual for 7-2 Alpha Yankee.
And 7-2 Alpha Yankee, the airport is at your 12 o'clock and 16 miles. Report to site. Descend and maintain 5,000 for now.
Alright, down to 5,000, we'll let you know for 2 Alpha Yankee.
That was 4824, Lima airspace to the west. Entering oceanic airspace, radar service terminated. Frequency change is approved. Switch to advisory. We'll see you later.
Keep forgetting it's Los Angeles.
Bonanza, 647 Papa Alpha. I got Long Beach inside.
647 Papa Alpha, clear visual approach, runway 12. Wind is 170 at 6, runway 12. You are clear to land.
Clear visual and clear to land 12, Bonanza, 647 Papa Alpha. Allegiance Redwood 233, 2,525 about to see.
286 Delta Alpha, welcome to Long Beach, taxi to parking.
Yeah, 286 Delta Alpha, we're just going to tax back to 12 full length.
Copy. Please taxi here, progression 12.
195 Alpha, we are short of 24 depth.
1489, ready for push and start on Alpha.
Delta 1489, push and start approved onto Alpha. Expect 25 for departure, call for taxi.
On to Alpha for 25, Delta 1489. Call for
Redwood 233, radar contact, climbing tape level 360.
Climb maintain 360, Redwood 233.
Spirit Wings 429, descend Lucky 1 arrival, Limburg altimeter 299 or 7.
Roger, descend to be the Lucky 1, Spirit Wings 429.
Center Tree Frog 1999, radar contact lost.
Clear for departure yet?
Center Tree Frog Yankee at the fuel site. 72 Alpha Yankee. Cleared visual, make right traffic for
we do right traffic for 26 right.
yeah, make right traffic 26 right. Wind is 260 at 7, runway 26 right. You are clear to land.
Alright, clear to land and right traffic for 26 right for 2 Alpha Yankee, thank you.
Tree Pond 525, wind 110 at 11 gust 21, runway 8 left Alpha A, clear for takeoff.
8 left from Alpha 8, clear for takeoff. Tree Frog 525.
Delta 248, maintain level 280.
As you can tell,
Delta
this is the
248,
problem
maintain
with
level
VATSIM.
280.
195
Delta 1284, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, Delta 1284.
Yupon 6, are you on frequency?
He hasn't handed out one clearance yet.
Center Boeing 110, request clearance. Receive, Charlie. Plane 110, clearance on request.
Thank you.
Yeah. United 368, pre-departure clearance on the way.
350.
Alright, well, I'm going to check some things for SIMAF. Because we've had some issues with not only Los Angeles, but
Cactus
other...
617, you on frequency?
Hey, firm, Cactus 617.
I don't have a flight plan for you. Can you resend it, please? And what airport are you at?
I'm at LAX, and I'll refile it right now, my bad. Cactus 617.
Thank you.
Should be filed now, Cactus 617.
All right, Cactus 617, clearance is on the way.
How long is it going to be for Spirit Wings 2348?
It's going to be longer if you keep asking. Stand by.
Patience, buddy.
Yeah, especially if he gets it before me.
Spirit Wings 2348. Looks like you're maybe third in line now.
Roger, thank you.
on the ground at the Naval Air Station by San Diego. We have a PA beside me, like clearance up to Whidbey Island. Cougar 4, clearance on request. Reach 1-8, have your clearance, advise ready to copy.
Reach 1-8's ready to copy.
Reach 1-8, clear to Colorado Springs, Mormon Mesa 8, departure Mormon Mesa direct and is filed. Maintain flight level 190, expect flight level 370 and 5, departure with me, squawk 1347.
Okay, Reach 18's cleared Colorado Springs via the M5 departure, M. Expect 19,000, 5 minutes later 37,000, and 1347 for the squawk.
Reach 1-8, readback is correct. Spec runway 3 left for departure, call for taxi. The altimeter is 29086. Normally they launch out northbound. Winds are 130 at 13, gust 23. You can request 21 right if you need to.
I believe we can take, you said 3 left?
That's correct, 3 left.
Yeah, we'll go ahead take 3 left for Reach 18.
All right, Reach 18, taxi, your discretion, 3 left. Give me a call when you're ready for takeoff. The altimeter 29086.
Copy. The altimeter will give you a call when ready to go, or ready to take off. Reach 18 heavy.
Back to
All right, let's get that squawk in first. That
all right, 2 calls anytime. Spirit Wings 420, say again. We're ready for taxi. It's spot 18 with information alpha. Spirit Wings 420, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, taxi via Golf Bravo Alpha 8. Taxi via Golf Bravo Alpha 8 for Alpha 8.
All right, we're ready to crank them up,
Delta
folks.
1284, wind 11011, gust 21, runway 8 left,
we
Alpha 8.
got one other change to make.
Runway 8 left, clear for takeoff.
Let's get back in the box
So,
here.
2284, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, line up and wait. Runway 8 left,
3 left. Execute.
LA Center, Delta 4087, execution Oscar. Requesting IFR clearance to San Diego. Who's calling for clearance?
Let's see here.
Delta 4087. Delta 4087, clearance on request.
We just double check. 3 left to.
Delta 1489,
Okay, I see
ready to
what we're
taxi.
doing. Got it. Okay, we're ready to go, folks. Crank them up time.
Sprintwings 2348, pre-departure clearance sent.
Here we go.
Roger, we see it. Thank you.
Speedbird 195, Sierra Alpha, were you calling?
Yes. We're short of 24 left, ready to approach.
All right, folks. So to start this thing up, make
Clear
sure you turn your
195
packs
Alpha,
off, get
Del
enough
Rey,
air into it,
wind,
especially since we're
2409,
starting to get
runway
some
24 left, full
density
length, clear takeoff.
altitude here. Next, start
Ready to
valve.
start the engines.
We're now Del Rey, 24 left, ready to take off. And
Okay.
Speedbird 1
3, 4, 1, 2. That's how we're going to start it.
Cactus 617, ready
So.
for push and start.
Starting engine 3.
Cactus 617, you're in the alley, push and start is at your discretion. Roger, push and start at my discretion, we'll call for taxi, Cactus 617. Boeing 110, pre-departure clearance on the way. Good evening, Jet USA 1345, we're flight level 290 with Oscar, coming down
Okay.
to Kimo 1.
Eventually, we are going to do a
Jet
Bogota run
USA
again.
1345. Jet USA? AFA.
Why am I not?
Jet
There it
USA
is.
1345, radar contact. 2 miles southeast of the Shafter VOR. Do you have the Iron Man 2 arrival on board?
I'm going to turn him down for now.
Negative. We're only able non-arm arrivals, but we can have a quick look it up for you.
Okay, now we'll start up number 4.
Starting engine 4. Start of Helgoven.
Did you say
Okay.
you can't accept a... An RNAV arrival, is that correct? So we're okay with Camry 3 and anything else is not on up, but we can't take anything with only on. Alright, well you have you filed for the Chemo 3, that's turboprops or pistons only. How about the Sadie 8 arrival? Stop by one. Southwest 4266, leave my airspace, north radar service terminator, frequency change approved, switch to advisory, enjoy your flight.
Approved by 4266.
See, Redwood 233, disregard, maintain level 360.
Maintain 360, Redwood 233.
Okay, folks, if you don't hear the next command, you've got it started up in X-Plane 12 using the X-Plane 11. That engine stabilized is your biggest cue. If that's not said, you accidentally started up the aircraft using the X-Plane 11 version. Go in and open up your aircraft, remove the check mark that says show older versions, and that'll only show X-Plane 12, and that has helped me immensely in not doing that. It's a pain in the butt. You saw all that took to get going. Imagine INSs. Yeah.
Center Tree Frog 525 level.
Starting
flight
engine
level
1.
190.
Tree Frog 525, radar contact, climb maintain level 330.
Climb flight level 330.
The good thing is he tells you 20%. You don't have to watch.
Delta 1480, ready to extra runway 25.
20% and 2.
1489,
Lights up.
are you holding short or are you ready to taxi?
You're ready to taxi, Delta 1489.
1489, taxi, runway 25 at your discretion, and let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay.
Taxi at discretion, we'll let you know, Delta 1489, thanks.
Starter valve off is coming.
Yankee, taxi to parking.
Start to parking, 2 Alpha Yankee, thanks, have a good one.
Alright, you too, take care.
Question 1101 at LA Center ranking 1518 is with you, flight level 360.
Engine stabilized.
There we go. Final engine.
Runway 24 left taxi via
Starting
Delta 8
engine 2.
Echo.
Starter valve open.
Roger, taxi via Delta 8 Echo to 24 left, Roger, 110.
And again, if you're like me, you like to see N2, it's right there. You can watch it. The rest of those dials, you're not going to see
the Hollywood 1 arrival and
N2 up here. Now you'll see the dials spinning around to get that engine spun up.
Ready to go 12 at Long Beach.
All right, and we're going to go with a pretty hefty tailwind here, folks.
647 Papa Alpha, right crosswind departure is approved. Wind 170 at 6 runway 12, clear for takeoff.
Starter off.
So to go 12, right crosswind departure, Bonanza 647 Papa Alpha. United 368 spot 8.
That's actually not too bad. What's the weather?
Engine
140. It's actually not too
United
bad now. That's actually doable.
Runway 8 left Alpha 8, taxi via Bravo Alpha 8.
Okay, we're all stabilized up.
8 left Alpha 8.
We head up here, close that starter
South
valve.
2284, wind 110, 11, gust 21, runway 8 left Alpha 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 8
Okay.
left. You're doing an amazing job. Southwest 2284.
Thanks. Spirit Wings 420, runway 8 left Alpha 8, line up and wait. Caution jet
Gentlemen,
parking
this
left.
is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing
November
747 Classic.
286,
We will
Delta Alpha,
depart shortly
frequency
after we
change
have our
approved. Enjoy
clearance
your
and the
flight
cabin
to
crew is
Avalon.
finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a
Advisory,
pleasant flight, and I will be
286
back
Alpha,
during
you
the
take
flight
care now,
with
thanks.
further flight information.
See ya.
We sent a correction, sent a Boeing 110, Imperial Complex at LAX, request push and start.
Boeing 110 Heavy, push and start is approved. Push back all the way on Alpha until your nose is west of Foxtrot. Expect 25 left for departure.
Alright, push all the way back until nose is west of Foxtrot, then we'll advise ready for taxi to drive left. Boeing 110.
647 Papa Alpha, frequency change approved. Enjoy the flight to Avalon.
All right, folks.
Frequency change approved. 47 Papa
Well.
Alpha, you go 1.
5,000 feet.
Speedbird 195 Alpha, you're not on the dots to departure. What you doing?
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Delta 1485, hold short 25, ready to go.
Speedbird 195 Alpha, right turn 120, climb and maintain 13,000.
Shocks are moved.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
Radar contact lost.
On.
Start switches.
American 440 with
Off.
Alpha and Vegas. Request
Beacon
to
lights.
to Phoenix whenever you're able.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Start levers.
45 starts the light beacon.
Idle detents.
Direct fill mode.
Engine and the ice.
Really shocked we're holding good on the frame rates here,
40,
folks.
clearance on request.
Check. Back valves.
LD Center Archer 437-42-3000.
warning
Please turn
lights.
heading.
Out.
That's US
Hydraulic panel.
1345, you were calling
Check.
again?
Flight
Yeah,
recorder.
sorry for the wait. We could take to 88.
On.
You want to go direct fill
After
mode.
start checklist completed.
Yeah, it said US 1348. Proceed direct fill mode. Descend and maintain 7,000.
Flaps 10.
Direct fill mode. Descend and maintain 7,000. JSA 1345.
Hang on a second, folks. I need to get back in my mind. 3.5.
Who's waiting on a clearance?
Cougar 4.
Yeah, you're number one for clearance. Stand by. You have less priority than the air people in the air. Net 2487, descend Angel 4, arrival Ontario altimeter 299.5.
I really hate when they say it that way. They really don't know
United 2487.
the amount of trouble they cause.
Send via the Angel 49 2487.
Del 248, descend Angel 4, arrival Ontario altimeter 299.5.
Cabin crew, arm slides.
Question 1101, ready. American 3523, ready to taxi.
All right, folks, we're going to do our
WestJet 1101, 24 left. RNAV Docker, wind 240 at Niagara runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff on the 24 left, on out Docker. WestJet 110.
Cougar 4, I have your clearance advised, ready to copy.
uh-oh, Cougars in the air. Where's Maverick?
Cougar 4, clear destination is filed. Maintain 7,000, expect level 380 on 5. Departure with me, squawk 7322,
Okay,
read the squawk only.
7322.
F cargo. I think we're good. Let's
Squawk
see.
feedback
Run
is
it.
correct.
Taxi checklist, please.
Flaps. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Cougar
Takeoff down. EPR and the airspeed bugs.
4, taxi runway
Set and
18 and advise when you're ready for
Stabilizer trim.
takeoff.
Set in
I
green
will taxi
band.
1A, we'll call you for takeoff.
Rope heat.
Cougar 4.
On.
Flight controls.
Delta 1489, ready for takeoff from
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Delta
Seatbelts and
1489,
shoulder harness.
wind
Check.
APU. Off.
is 2206, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Off.
25 clear for takeoff.
Totalizer and gross weight.
Spirit
Set.
Wings 429
Flight
at
is
Lindy,
clear
cleared
and
our
pilot
nav,
panels.
Yankee 27 approach.
Check.
Lindy,
cargo
cleared
lead.
RNAV Yankee 27 to Spirit
Normal.
Wings 429.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
LA Center,
Check.
American 493, request
Taxi
descent.
checklist completed.
Okay, let's go.
Don't have an American 492.
Parking brake released.
American 493.
American 493, descend and maintain level 250.
Send and maintain level 250, American 493.
American 3523, ready to taxi.
American 3523, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, taxi via Bravo Alpha 8.
Hello, Miss Cadet. How are you, Miss Cadet Junior in training for flying with Mike? How are you?
All right, everybody keeps calling. Let me at least respond to another aircraft. Who is calling first? 7608, you on frequency?
Yes, 7608, leaving 3,000 feet.
7608, radar contact. Climb maintain level 290.
Climb maintain 290.
Air France 20, Mike is ready for descent. Air France 20, Mike.
Reverend 20, Mike. Descend Angel 4, arrival, Ontario altimeter 299.5.
Alright, let's bring him back up.
Descending by Angel for arrival and Ganesh 2995, Air France 20 Mike.
American 493, contact Albuquerque Center 132.8. See you later. 328, American 493, your steely-eyed missile man, Ben. See you later. WestJet 1101, radar contact, say out to...
WestJet 1101, passing 50,000,
WestJet 1101, altitude checks, climb maintain level 330.
Check.
Second,
Cabin
1101.
Check.
Climb to cruise, flight level 330.
Roger, climb level 330, WestJet 1101.
Taking off in Southwest 2876 Vegas, looking to cover IFR to San Francisco, please. South 2876, clearance on request, your number 3.
Los Angeles says, Delta 464, information, Oscar, request IFR to Colorado.
Check. Ignition. Hold on.
Delta 464, clearance on request, you are number 3.
Boarding is
Sir, number 3, Delta 464.
Los Angeles Center, reach 18 heavy, ready to go. Nellis.
Reach 18, wind at 1301 gust 23, runway 3 left, clear for takeoff.
3 left, clear for takeoff, reach 18 heavy.
November 286 Delta Alpha, you with me? Disregard.
Delta 14.
South 48,
Shampoo Fire, welcome in as subscribed now 2 months in a row. Thank you, sir, so
Frequency
much
change,
for that.
you're over the ocean now, right? Frequency change approved. Enjoy the flight.
Thank you so much for that as we get ready to get out of here.
We'll see everyone here ready to go. Cougar 4, wind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, we're clear for takeoff. We'll get lined up and finish the takeoff checks. And
Wind is 2306, runway 18, clear for takeoff. Fly heading 200 after departure.
Alright, 200 after departure, runway 18, clear for takeoff, Cougar 4.
okay, we're going to chase down Cougar. Yeah, with this thing. Sure.
Flight 110, runway 25 left at Foxtrot, line up and wait.
Foxtrot, line up and wait, Boeing 110.
Okay, brakes.
Delta 1489, we're airborne, level 7000.
Disarm.
Delta 1489, radar contact, climbing on course, maintain level 370.
Climb on course at the 370, Delta 1489, thanks.
LA, good afternoon, Delta 21-21-340.
Pressurization mode selector. Auto. 2 boost pumps.
Delta 2121, Los Angeles Center, good
Check.
afternoon, maintain level 340.
Here we go, folks.
Maintain flight level 340, that's 21 foot.
South 2284, climb maintain level 300, radar contact.
Climb maintain flight level 300, 2284.
And Los Angeles Center, this is Spearwings 2348, ready for pushback, push start.
Charlie 21.
Alright, 2 calls same time. Frontier flight 2839, say again.
Cross set.
Police Air Selma 670, request direct Selma.
Los Angeles Center, this is Spearwings 2348, requesting push and start.
Spirit Wings 2348. Push and start approved. Face east on Charlie. Expect 25 right.
Face east on Charlie, we'll expect 25 right. 2348.
Gear up.
Good afternoon, Los Angeles. We're Frontier 2839, checking in with you at Las Vegas, Charlie 21. Information Alpha, requesting airfare KS to San Francisco.
And Center, hate to cut you off, but Spearwings 491, switch over to tower.
Gears up.
Spirit Wings 429. Tower has gone offline. Wind is 2507 runway 27 clear to land.
Wind 67, Spearwings 429, thanks.
Spirit Wings 429, exit left and contact ground 123.9 or off the runway.
Well, to left and we'll call ground 239 when we're off. Spearwings 429, thanks.
Cougar 4 radar contact, say altitude.
For 2000 Cougar 4 climbing.
Cougar 4, altitude checks. Turn right heading 330, enable direct Scorp on course, climbing tape level 380.
330, enable direct Scorp 380, sorry, Cougar 4.
Southwest 608, maintain level 290.
Maintain 290, Southwest 608. Can we get direct Selma?
Where do you want to go direct?
Selma. They gave me another flight route in Limerick.
Was that CB you want to go to?
Nope. They gave me the switch to departure. Actually, I always get address to departure to Las Vegas, but I get the switch to departure mid-ball transition, and then I get a Selma waypoint. That'll be Zulu Echo Lima Mike Alpha.
You're on the
Okay, well, the routing they gave you was Zoo 3 to Meatball, CB, Yella, Maizen. I can give you direct Yella. Do you want direct Yella?
Yeah, I can get direct Yella, Southwest 608.
All right, South 608, left turn 350, enable direct Yella, maintain level 290.
Left 350 when enable direct Yella, Southwest 608, maintain 290.
United 2487, wind 25012, runway 25 left, clear to land.
25 left, clear to land. Cleared to land, United 2487.
Boeing 110 heavy, RNAV hyper, wind 25012, runway 25 left, full length, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff runway 25 left, line up to hyperfly, Boeing 21.
United, Spirit Wings 420, wind 140 at 8, gust 18, runway 8 left at Alpha 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 8 left. Spirit Wings 420.
United 360, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, line up and wait, caution, jet blast, Airbus 320 is rolling.
8 left, Alpha 8, line up and wait, United 368.
Del 248, wind 25012, runway 24 right, clear to land.
LA Center, Delta 4087, ready for taxi.
Flaps up.
Delta 4087, runway 24 left, taxi via Delta 10 Echo.
24 left via Delta 10 Echo, Delta 4087.
Delta 248, Los Angeles Center.
Delta 248, go ahead.
Delta 248, wind 25012, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 24 right, Delta 248.
That's US 1345, where are you parking?
Okay, southbound Imperial Cargo, 1345.
That's US 1345, expect vectors ILS 25 left approach, descend and maintain 5000.
Expect vectors ILS 25 left approach, descend and maintain 5000 to 1345.
At 1221, you on frequency?
And center, haven't had a chance, but reach 18. We're airborne through 9,600 for 19.
Reach 18, radar contact, climb unrestricted, flight level 370 on course.
Unrestricted to flight level 370 on course. Wish it could be straight up.
Yeah, really. Tree Frog 525, contact Albuquerque Center 132.8.
Section 327, requesting airfare, go down to Scottsdale.
France 20 Mike, can we expect 24 right, Los Angeles?
That's 20 Mike, expect ILS 24 right approach.
Expecting ILS 24 right, France 20 Mike.
Los Angeles Center, yeah, 1221 on the Rider 2. We're at 10,600.
United 1221, Los Angeles Center, continued descent, Rider 2 arrival, expect vectors ILS 25 left approach, LA altimeter 29906.
Continued descent on the Rider 2.
All right, we're getting caught up here, folks.
The vectors for 25 left, United 1221.
Sector 327, request left, ready, clear, stop, Scottsdale.
Kevin ready.
Center American 1518 is descending via the Hollywood 1 arrival. Could we expect 2 far right?
Okay, we're on course, unrestricted.
1518, Los Angeles Center, descend Hollywood 1 arrival and expect ILS 25 left approach.
Alright, we'll expect the ILS 25 left approach for American 1518.
And Center American 440, just following up on our clearance to Phoenix.
Approach checklist, please. Seatbelts.
American 440 is actually getting to yours.
Check. After takeoff check.
LA Center, American 606 Heavy, coming into your airspace from Albuquerque. Checking in 380. It's 606, Los Angeles Center.
Seatbelts and no smoking sign. Check.
Good afternoon, maintain flight level 380.
Open.
Maintain 380, American 606.
Off the takeoff.
Airline 420, maintain level 380.
Just over past Key, flight level 330.
Spirit Wings 420, climb maintain level 300. Spirit Wings 2881, Los Angeles Center radar contact over Passkey intersection. Send Comics 2 arrival, the Las Vegas altimeter 29901.
Descend Comics 2, 29901, Spirit Wings 2881.
So 6165, Lima Airspace North, radar service terminated. Frequency change approved, switch to advisory, see you later. United 368, wind 140 at 8, gust 18, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, clear for takeoff.
8 left, Alpha 8, clear takeoff, United 368.
American 3523, runway 8 left, Alpha 8, line up and wait, caution jet blast, Boeing 737-800's rolling.
8 left, final delay, American 3523.
South 2284, descend Lucky 1, arrival, Limburg altimeter 29905. Boeing 110, radar contact, climb maintain level 300, proceed on course.
I maintain 300, proceed on course, Boeing 110.
Delta 4087. Delta 4087, fly runway, heading, wind 25012, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
Fly runway, heading, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 4087.
Air France 20 Mike at Circus, cleared ILS 24 right approach.
Cleared ILS approach, runway 24 right, Air France 20 Mike.
That's US 1345, right turn 220, maintain 5,000 till established, cleared ILS 25 left approach.
Right turn 220, maintain 5,000 to established ILS 25 left, USA 1345.
United 2487 is clear for 25 left.
2487, welcome to LA. Cross 25 right on Juliet to the gate. Thanks for flying.
Cross 25 right in Juliet and to the gate, United 2487. See you next time.
Take care.
You too.
LA Center, Southwest 1634 is at flight level 320, inbound Emerald.
Southwest 1634, Los Angeles Center, good afternoon. Descend Disney 5 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 2994.
Descend via the Disney 5 arrival, altimeter 2994, Southwest 1634.
East Fairwings 420, maintain flight level 300. I think I already gave you that.
We'll climb maintain 300 for Spearwings 420.
United 368, radar contact, say altitude.
Crossing 6,000 now, United 368.
United 368, altitude checks, climb maintain level 280.
Climb flight level 280, United 368.
American 3523, wind 140 at 8, gusts 18, runway A left, Alpha A, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, American 3523.
Delta American
8, holding short runway 27 at San Diego.
American 465, runway 8 left at Alpha 8, line up and wait, caution jet blast, Boeing 737-800 is rolling.
Hello, with you, American 465, 60. 465, waiting on runway 08 of Las Vegas.
American 465 heavy, 8 left at Alpha 8, line up and wait. Delta 1288 heavy, wind 250 at 7, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Runway 27 clear for takeoff, 1288 heavy.
Speedbird 193, leaving my airspace north, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, Oakland Center offline, FSHER advisory.
Delta 248 going around.
Redwood 233, leaving my airspace north, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, Oakland Center offline, switch to advisory.
Frequency advisory 317, goodbye.
Thanks, see you later. Boeing 110, maintain flight level 300.
Maintain flight level 300, Boeing 110.
Delta 248, radar contact, say out.
Delta 248, we're go around.
Delta 248, turn right, heading 050, climb and maintain 3000.
050 and 3000.
That's US 1345, turn right 270, intercept the 25 left localizer. Thanks, yeah, we're just intercepting it now. The localizer just popped up for us, JSA 1345. Yeah, I had you out a little ways, so it probably the antennas hadn't picked it up yet. Delta 4087, left turn, heading 100, enable direct Seal Beach on course, maintain 13,000.
Enable direct Seal Beach 13,000, Delta 4087.
United 1221, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000, United 1221.
Search at 327 center, ready for taxi.
Jet 327. Runway 16 right, taxi via Alpha.
16 right via Alpha, is that jet 327?
Looks like you're on the east side. Taxi 16 right via Bravo to Foxtrot. Cross runway 16 left and right on Foxtrot, then north on Alpha, full length 16 right.
Copy, Bravo, Foxtrot, cross 16 left, 16 right, then Alpha up to 16 right, full length.
2121, radar contact lost. American 3523, radar contact, maintain flight level 350.
350, American 2523.
Reach 18, leave airspace north, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, Salt Lake City Center offline, switch to advisory, enjoy the flight.
Over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. Reach 18 heavy out.
Take care. Someone's 1170 on frequency coming off of Delta.
All right, folks, we're out of that mayhem. Oh, that mayhem. mayhem they call Los Angeles Center. All right, we're gonna minimum here 200. I should have had it set. I'm gonna get the actual RNAV numbers, 370. All right, I will set right about there. Okay, and I figured out my Elevatex problem, folks, and now I got to figure out how to fix it. I'm not connected to the sim. Yeah, I was going through here checking some things, and then I happened to look no simulator. So, get on the ground, we'll try to fix that. Alright, so we're on our way though, folks. However, Sim Toolkit and the airline are both watching. So we'll get some good numbers and see how we do into Colorado Springs. But for now, we are at 8.5. I am going to slow us down if you don't mind. Ever so slightly. Let me get us locked in on 8.5 here. How? And no worries, folks. We do have a long flight planned here shortly in this bird. Just trying to get her as close to 8.5 as possible, because what I'm going to do, folks, all right, so we're on our way to Bryce Canyon, I think it is. BCE, yeah, Bryce Canyon. Estimating, we're almost over it now, folks. 28 miles out. Next up will be HBU, which just happens to be our Blue Mesa happens to be the initial for our arrival, 14.9. Heading 254. Let's see how that works. Correction. Zero 063. All right. Where are we on our climb?
To level off.
Yep, that's kind of useless. There we go. We'll just maintain that. As we hit our top of climb, Once we get in there, we'll switch into cruise, and seatbelts will go off, and on we go. All right, where's top of climb on this flight? Hang on. Hang on, why did it sound twice? Uh-oh. We got flaps out. That means we got flap damage. Doggone it. I know why. I let the aircraft do some things it shouldn't have. All right. Well, we could have issues into... yeah, we're not fully retracted. Okay. Yeah. We got up to 280, 290 with flaps 1 or 2 out. All right, well, we're going to kind of hope for everything to be right here. Top of descent 300 miles out. All right, we'll give it our best, folks. Airport is 6,100 feet above sea level. All right, well, that's going to help us in our descent. That means we only have 30,000 feet to come down. So, yikes. Uh-oh. What do we got here coming in? Interesting. All right. Oh, got a lot of emails here. Hang on. All right, got a lot of emails to look at when we get on the ground as well. But folks, we're on our way finally. What an ordeal getting out of LA like usual. And, oh, you know what else we forgot to do? Set transition. All right. And we'll head over here once we're back at 37,000 and set hold to altitude. All right, folks, so we're in cruise for a few minutes here. I'm going to take a look at our clock here. Got about 41 minutes to go. We're locked in. All right, folks. Again, welcome aboard Reach 18. Okay, come on, airplane. Thank you.
well as a light meal. Alcoholic drinks are also available at a nominal charge. Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Now, see, military members would love my airplane in this condition. You know, that way they could be drinking while monitoring their computer stations. All right, folks, we have opened the Discord channel. I just ask that you kind of check your language. Hey, we have sometimes young people sitting there. It's summer break. They could be home in earshot of speakers, and they don't need to hear foul language. They hear it enough in schools. They don't need to hear it here. Um, so I ask that you kind of be respectful, uh, com- complete respect for everyone. All right. So we had I may have been a little too stern last night, but you know, so many people think that's the norm, and folks, it really isn't. So, all right, well, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back, and we'll get this thing on the ground. Stand by. We'll be right back. All right, folks, sorry for that. Back. All right, let's see where we are. $215 miles out. Folks, yeah, we're technically going to have to declare an emergency. But we'll still keep it safe, keep it calm. We don't need to ultimately do that unless ATC is alive and well. Reason being, see the flaps? So yeah, we'll have to call it to get in. So, all right, so let's start going through the checks. I wish I knew of any ways to override that in flight. I don't think there is. And okay, those of you, I am going to make a request out here for those of you who use Felis. I may even put this over there. Are there any good sound sets for this aircraft out there? And the big question is, which aircraft is this? Because you got Pratt's that could have been on this. You could have had GE. So I really don't know. And slats. So yeah, we'll fix those when we get back on the ground. So if you guys have any tips or anything of that, and then I'm gonna say it, any help in getting those on, I would appreciate. Oh, I could turn that off. Yeah, I like this. This teaches me more. All right, so the descent, seatbelts, okay, so we start this in descent as we approach transition, folks, mainly because most of this happens after transition, but some of this we can put into play now. The performance for landing, click down here. Again, start with load sheet. Make sure you get the correct numbers. Now, we are going to opt for the longest runway. And we are on it, 13,500. Okay, so 13,500 heading. Believe it's going to be 170. Yep. Okay. Airfield altitude, 6,200 feet. Now, a question also to you Felis guys. I know we have some that do pop in from time to time to check up on me. And I really do appreciate that. Is that density altitude or actual airport? And there's a big difference in that, folks. We had a hard time getting started in Bogota several months ago. Density altitude, 8,000 feet above sea level to start with. Throw in the heat, the humidity that just plagues Bogota. I'll show you how you had to start. All right, runway. Let me show you this, how you can find this real easy. Okay, if you got Sim Toolkit, it's the simplest thing to use. Okay, so you're on your page. This is your flight summary page, okay? Remember, we saw the loadout here. We saw the weather here. What do we got now? 150 at 12, gusts to 18. That'll help us. CB's distant west, northwest of the field, moving away from the field. Good deal. And so the weather looks good. Remember this page? Okay. Go to these kind of, looks like a route. Okay. Now, there's where I got the slope for Nellis. Okay. Now let's come down here. It's down 0.45. So I'm going to call it 0.5. I'm going to round up. Okay. So 0.5. Let me get that out of here. Down 0.5. Current runway conditions. Hang on. Maybe Elevatex will be good for something here. All right. Lost car. What the heck? Huh. Okay, so we do have, so that's, wow. Okay. I can't, oh, you know, yes I can. Let me bring charts in. We're not going to do a full-blown look, but what we're going to do, all right, so here's what they're talking about, folks. And according to the METAR, lightning, cloud, oh, please have that. Occasional lightning in clouds, cloud ground, VCW, ay, ay, ay. Okay. West-northwest, VC, west-north moving northeast. So my guess is it's moving this way, away from us, okay? Anyway, that's a nice thing about NavGraph. You see how it took these remarks right here, folks? Occasional lightning in clouds, cloud to ground. I don't know what VC, it's not telling me that one. North, visual cumulus, northwest thunderstorm vicinity, west northwest thunderstorm vicinity, west northwest moving northeast. That's all I can I mean, I'm not going to get out the METAR decipherer, but that's the best we can do, folks. But anyway, that's the cell we're talking about. It looks a lot worse on Elevatex, just to let you know. But again, you got popcorn thunderstorms out here. Okay, we're approaching HBU. So that's in there. Our temperature is 28. All of that to tell you the runway, I believe, will be called dry. 30, 22. Whoop, whoop. Well, we'll get to that. 30, 22. Yeah. And I know you're not seeing me setting it. And then we just have to get the wind put in. All right. Wind 120 at 8, 28 minutes ago. 120. Wow, a lot of stuff in here. So we got a 13,500 foot runway, 6,200 feet above sea level, on a heading of 170 with the slope down 0.05 or 0.5. Runway should be dry. Outside air temperature 28, barometric pressure, and that all set. All right. All of this said, boom. Set your speed bugs, and what it's going to set for, VREF of 134. I'm going to fly it in at 144. Okay. Reason being, if we can't get the flaps out, then we're going to have to adjust our landing speed. And we'll do it pretty much on the fly. We're going to set medium brakes to 8,000. So we'll have 8,000 feet of technical runway, and we'll go from there. All right. So, all right, we are very close to top of descent. I am going to go in and see why our junior cadet for flying with Mike is so noisy. And I will, one more second, I'll be right back. Oh my. Well, folks, I only wish you could have heard all of that. Again, Discord is for now open, but I get it if nobody joins. Sorry, a little out of breath. She cracked me up. Okay, we're in cruise. Okay. Building our speeds back up. 104. We're off HB. Oh no, we're still closing in on it. Okay. 14.9. We're 48 miles out. Wait a minute. Where the heck was that at? Ah, okay. Something was looking weird in here, folks. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, everything makes sense now. All right. Let me see if I can set Colorado Springs. That'll at least give us a backup inbound and the ILS as a backup. All right. All right, real quick, let's walk through this arrival. I'm going to bring in charts, and we're going to just quickly go through. We do not have 80 Denver approach, but I don't think they extend to Colorado Springs. Okay, so we're coming into HBU, and we're going to fly the Derby. As of right now, I do not see any altitude restrictions. Our minimum altitude is 6,200 feet. To flood, we can go down to 8,100 feet to FSHER. And then at FSHER is where we turn and enter. So direct FSHER, and then we're going supposedly to BRK. No, we're not. And over to the RNAV. Okay. Here's our frequencies, folks. I'm shocked they don't have a D in front of that. That's interesting. Airport right now. Oh, it's Pilot's Edge. Oh, well, that stinks. That's not what I thought that was. Okay. ATIS approach is Colorado Springs, tower, and ground. Okay, there's no frequency. It's 172 on final from Rock. Rock at 8,700. As long as we have an RNIP of 0.15, which we have, we can come down to 37 or 370 feet above the ground. Okay. Did not know this airport was 6,200 feet above sea level. Okay, if we go mist, 9,000 to Seagik to Jemke to Drake, and we'll hold. All right, I'm going to back out a little. Okay, so from FSHER, we fly to Whippen, Zvad, Sogug, Rock. Now, there are no altitudes here, so we're going to do it this way. I'm going to drop to 10,000 feet by Whippen, 9,000 feet by Zvad, slowed to 180, and bring it around the horn to Rock. And then we'll fly in. Rock is 7-mile final. Okay, again, our RNP of 0.15. We have to have a 3/4 of a mile visibility or an RVR of 40 and 370 degrees. We are porpoising. I don't like it when we porpoise. Okay, and we got our speeds. We're going to be flying the approach right now, 150 to 144. Planning flap issues. We do have a flap issue right now. Not all the slats came in. Top of descent now 60 miles out. So we're going to go ahead. FSHER. All right, so we're going to set 10,000 by FSHER, and we're going to use that to guide us in. Our minimum safes, again, okay, our minimum safe coming from Blue Mesa is no lower than 16,200. The flood, from flood to FSHER, which is only 20 miles, no lower than 8,100 feet. Oh, we actually do have something. Okay, we're 123 miles out. Let's get in just a little tighter. And then we can start this descent. Again, currently, got a thunderstorm northwest of the field. Pretty close. So hopefully it'll be through when we come through. And by the way, just one tip I can give you all long haul in this plane. Even if you're flying from, say, London to JFK to, something where you may not have fuel in that center tank. This is how you want your configuration to kind of look. Because what's going to happen here when we start our descent, we're going to open these reserve tank valves or cross feeds, drain that fuel out on the wingtips. Well, I don't know how far out they are, but anyway, drain it into the closer to the fuselage. That's the whole goal. Get the weight towards the fuselage. Let's take the trip we did. We went from Tokyo to Baku. We had a crap load of fuel, folks. We were extremely loaded in the center. So the big deal there is you would turn your boost pumps off in the climb. So you save your fuel out here with these pumps on, but you had all of your cross feeds open except for your reserves. When you get to within 2,000 or so, you can turn on the scavenging pump and it starts pumping at number 2 tank right here. And then once you've emptied it, you turn your valves off and then start burning that down till you get to about 5,000 pound difference. You want lighter out here than here. Think about landing and that fuel weight out there. That's the reasoning. And then you dump your fuel in. It's not as tricky as it sounds. Like I said, I am going to do one again here soon. This time stream it and let you see it. Okay, really? Really hate when, oh, come on. How does it do this? I haven't moved a thing, yet things pull out. That just makes no sense. Really does not make sense. All right, 22. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're in Mach. And we're going to set, now this is something I really like. It's right now at 1,000 feet a minute. And now I'm going to move it down to about 2,000 feet a minute. And we're going to watch our speeds. Okay, so right now, let's plan medium brakes. I really wish other aircraft that use this kind of technology up here would use that dial. Really makes it so much easier to find. All right, so we're dropping down to 16, well, 10,000. Ooh, do I really want to go that low? just realized that's only a couple thousand feet above our rock altitude. Thinking about maybe, how far is it from FSHER to Whoopin? Let's kind of watch it. Okay, so we're now set up for the approach. Getting our speeds measured at about 300, taking our time here, folks. All right, here we go, folks. All right, I'm going to go ahead now and start moving the crossfeed valves over. I really didn't know this arrival was that far south, headed towards Pueblo to get up here to Colorado Springs. All right, we're at 25,000 feet. Time for the passengers find their way to their seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on. We are experiencing some turbulence. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Thank you.
I still can't get over alternate being Grand Junction. Wow. All right, altimeter at Colorado Springs. $30.21. Wow. It's 30:11 at Pueblo, 22 now up at Colorado Springs. Yeah, like I said, pretty good cell moving across the north top there. It looks like we might be in this soupy stuff for quite some time. Well, we just broke out. 1 hour. Call it 1 hour, 15 minutes into the flight. I didn't start that up right as I should have. And okay, let's one more time. 134 is what we're hoping to land at. 144 is our approach. Seatbelts, auto brakes are set. INS is set. For the most part, we can run this. We'll hold up there.
Approach checklist, please.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Auto brakes.
Medium.
Radio INS switches.
Radio.
Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Spoilers.
Hold on.
Okay, we're not gonna, matter of fact, I don't even have them deployed. All right, we're coming into transition level, folks. Okay, Colorado Springs, actually. $109. $172. Okay. Oh, looks like cloud cover right there. All right. Again, 15 minutes ago, 30:21. Okay, back here. Okay, we've got pressurization bleeding off now. We're backing this up with the ILS. Shouldn't need it, but you just never know. Okay. All right, we're coming down close to 10,000. I'm going to go ahead and get us down to 280. But again, hope you all enjoyed. We started in Vegas at Nellis, and we're heading over here to Colorado Springs, also known as Peterson Air Force Base. And a little bit about me for those of you who may be new on the channel. Oh, Denver Center just came up. Doggone it. I wonder if he's going to ping me. Oh, he's going to find out. Like I said last night, you got to ping me, otherwise we keep going. Ooh, look at our radar. Wow. That's the first time I've seen that lit up. Wow. But anyway, we've been flight simming since about 1998, 99, 2000. Started with either Flight Sim 98 or Flight Sim 2000 from Microsoft. Went through all the products up to FSX, where they cut us off at, and a lot of other people in the Microsoft headquarter building. And it stayed that way till 2020 when VATSIM came out. We talked about it. My computer ran out of memory, not from FSX, but other reasons, and got a new one, got X-Plane 11, and I mean, I've been flying X-Plane since. No, don't be looking for me to go back. So, all right. So there you have it, folks. I also have a real-world private pilot's license, and hope to one day maybe get back in the air. All right, so we are beginning our approach here in Colorado Springs. Looking for the airport. There looks to be an airport there. There looks to be the thunderstorm. I'm going to go ahead, slow us now. 220. Hope for the best on the rest of our flaps. Here we go, 9,000. Okay, let's go through. Oh, we never turned the lights off. Yeah, we did. Okay. For some reason, they looked like they were on. All right, and now we set 8,700, which really is where we're at.
Flaps 5. Flaps 10.
Armed.
Altimeters.
1, 0, 2, 3. Set and cross-check.
Landing data, EPR, and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross-check.
Flaps 20.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check.
Gear down.
Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Let's see.
Gears down. Green light.
Off. VPR computer. Go around. Cabin altitude. Check. Circuit breakers. Check. Approach checklist completed.
All right, what happened, folks? I'll tell you. We dropped below 8,700. Why? Always make sure this is in altitude select when you're in descents. Otherwise, it goes right through them. Or climbing. Same thing. So, say, Vegas. Um, they told us climb and maintain 19,000 feet. Well, if I'd missed it on takeoff, I should have set that immediately. But anyway, in the climb, I noticed it and dropped it down. Otherwise, we'd have just kept climbing before the unrestricted climb. And guess what? I think I've got the runway in sight.
Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
Colorado Springs traffic, reach 18 heavy, 7 mile final for runway 17 left. Got a little high there, folks. Hang on. Flaps 30, spoilers armed, gear down. I know you're going, why do you have your wipers on? Because there is thunder shower activity out here. Okay, it looks like our flaps are good, 30 and 30. We're set for the brakes. We got the spoilers set.
1,000.
And we're beginning to get in and on profile. See how well we hold it. Colorado Springs traffic, reach 18, 3 mile final for 17 left.
Minimums.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Landing.
Glide slope. Glide
50,
slope.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Check reverse.
welcome to Colorado Springs.
Out, off, reverse. 60 knots. Auto brake off.
Isn't that wild, the sloping here? I'd love to find out if it's really like that one day. All right, we're coming off, and we'll be taxiing to the Air Force ramp. Not down there.
Landing checklist.
Gear.
Down and check.
Down and check. Flaps.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Ignition.
Flight start.
Anti-skid.
Check.
Altimeters. 1, 0, 2, 3. Set and cross-check. Landing checklist completed.
After landing checklist.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Body gear steering.
Arm.
Auto brakes.
Off.
Ignition.
Damn.
By the way, folks, there's a click spot right there. Get them all
Engine
real quick.
and wing and the eyes.
Off.
Radar and transponder.
Hold on. Stand by.
Flaps.
Damn.
Flaps up.
Spoilers.
Down.
Stabilizer trim.
7 units.
Outflow valves. Open. Pressurization mode selector. Let's see. Manual. Aft cargo heat. Let's see. Off. APU. Check. Checklist completed.
All right, folks. Yeah, we're a little behind the 8-ball here. All right, so there's Peterson right ahead of us. By the way, folks, the Air Force Academy is here as well. So a lot of things. Actually, they have their, I think, own airfield. I'd have to double check things. Let me get up here. All right. So it's just waiting for us now to get into spot. So I hope you enjoyed, folks. This has been a fun flight. Like always, this will be our only flight, I believe, for today, unless I decide to come up with another one after dinner. Usually we have a church function to get to on Mondays. Did cancel today, but I'm going to still stick by our normal Monday routine. I think the last time we were in here, folks, it was winter time and a lot of ice was on a lot of these aircraft. Yeah, we'll get past these F4s and find us a little parking spot. We're getting close to where base ops is, so that's actually a good thing. All right, folks, welcome into Peterson. Let me get the parking brakes set. You're going, why are you shutting the two inboards down? So that way, for safety, we can get the chocks in.
pit to ground. Put the chocks on.
And then
Chocks are on.
okay, and the bleed is on. Okay. All right. We can go ahead now and shut. All the engines down. All right, welcome again to Peterson. We'll give it a couple seconds here of APU time, but welcome in. Let's close out over here. All right, and let me look at Sim Air Force. Okay, Sim Air Force got us at 258 feet a minute. That is actually not bad, folks. And the flap issue this time around was not as severe as last time, so that's cool. All right, now let someone else, well, actually, there. All right, that takes care of that. Now, let's take a look at this in Sim Toolkit. $264 feet a minute. And for those curious, yes, when you zoom in, yes, you can see your runways and taxiways. All right, so here's where we're parked. Base ops is generally somewhere in here. So yeah, nice job. We could have parked maybe further down. We'll take it. Let's complete the flight. 264. Don't know. I guess reach didn't get in there. All right. So here's how the route looked. Actually, not bad. We'll view details. This is most of your flight tracking programs about as far as they go. They get sometimes a little deeper in the weeds, but I don't think they get as deep as Sim Toolkit. And I don't have that to compare with right now because for some reason it's not connecting. I'm assuming I need a new plug-in to the sim here to get it going right. All right, so our landing speed 154, 264 on the flight feet per minute. We flew an hour and 38 minutes, 500 miles, and 16,000 kilograms. 1.3 on the G's, really a good landing. Promote that guy. Oh wait, he's already a general. All right, so here's how we did, folks. Yes, we were a floater because we were roughly 30 knots or 30, 10 to 20 knots fast, which is fine. We had, like I said, the flap issue to deal with, so you never know. So we landed 2,200 feet down the runway, 19 feet off the center line. So two-ship 747 landing would have been possible. Anyway, no. So really, the numbers look really good here. All right, and there you have it, folks. We are on the ground here. We're going to go ahead and let maintenance do maintenance's thing so we don't forget. So we'll go here, service, failures page, fixed. See how it looks. And they pulled that little fixer-roo on it, and the flaps are back in service. Cool. All right, why I set the chocks real quick, folks, is sometimes, actually just about every time, you can't set the parking brake and expect the ACARS programs, especially, to record your stop. But when you put the chocks in, they will. Likewise, if say for instance we've seen the sloping here, it's been pretty intense in some areas. You may continue to roll. So that's why we throw the chocks out, and it seems to do that trick. So, but anyway, folks, we had a great time here. Let's disconnect. Let's see if we're going to be able. We've been able to hear quite a bit. Let's see. All right, we are going to actually get to watch it come in. Hang on, folks. Want to make sure I've got a grip on the sounds. Actually, not bad, folks. Not bad at all. Yeah, see that? Floater, floater, floater. Man. That looked really good, folks, from that perspective. We're going to get one more. Then we'll try the tower. Nice. Really nice. Let's see how the tower looks. Overall, beautiful landing, folks. Took a little bit to get into the profile, but we, you know, when you got a nice heavy plane like that, it makes it kind of easy. You just pull the power back and let gravity take hold of the plane. Unfortunately, we got a little fast, and that's what made us float. But anyway, welcome to Colorado Springs Peterson Air Force Base. And the E4A model for this one. Folks, a beautiful model. Like I said, I haven't gone into Plane Maker to put in all the little features that there is a mod for out there. I'd rather just fly it like it is. I think it looks pretty cool. Hope y'all enjoyed the ride out of Nellis. Folks, it was a blast. LA Center, can't do much about it. But we had a blast. That's all that matters, folks. When it boils down to things, that's what it's all about. Well, let's get back on our stand and wrap this up. Oh, maybe. Love when it does this. All right. Actually, we're powered off. Okay, we're just going to throw external power on.
Cockpit to ground. Connect ground power. Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on. Ground power connected.
Oh, there we go.
Chocks are on.
Oh, what am I clicking the wrong switches for? There we go. Sorry about that, folks. All right, we're back into blocks. Hope you all enjoyed. Everything's resetting now. Let's see if they have. All right, folks. Except for the lights. Well, we'll deal with that. All right, well, let's take a look, see what we can find out there. I hope to see you all tomorrow, folks. We have a scheduled run tomorrow from Vegas again. Bear with me here as I kind of adjust my screen to get that up here. Tomorrow, we are going to fly out of Vegas, headed to Los Angeles. So expect us to probably have maybe the same guy. I don't know. We'll be flying for American Virtual from Los Angeles. We're going to turn the plane and head down to MMSD. And since I don't have anyone in chat to help me, MMSD Las Cobos International Airport, San Jose, Mexico. So it'll be a fun run, folks, tomorrow. And we're going to try to do this real world, following real world flights. So that is for tomorrow. And today, I'm going to start looking for someone to hand this stream off to. But for now, I'm going to say thank you so much for being a part of Flying with Mike. Thank you, Shampoo Tastes. Oh, I never get your name right. Thank gummit. Shampoo Flyer. Thank you for the resubscribe. 6 months now at Tier 1 that you've been. And we do appreciate you. Hope you all have a great rest of your Monday. Hopefully mine Tuesday will be better than my stumbling about this Monday. So, hope you all have a great day. God bless. We'll see you manana. And while you're at it, folks, don't forget about the Marine Relief, the Navy Marine Relief Society. We're still trying to raise $2,000 for them. Would sure love your help. Click on the links, and we would really appreciate your help. Thank you. Y'all have a great night. God bless.